Alright, so this is for the one person who asked if I had any tips for people trying to draw, and I don't have like a digital recording software for my computer, so I set up a really badly put together stand for my phone, and we're recording it this way. So the way I draw is really, it's just basic shapes. So like, say with, and I'm going to butcher all these layman's French names. There's a reason I don't say them out loud. Let's say that I want to draw Grantaire. So usually when I draw him, he's all circles. He has much smoother edges than Enjolras does, butchering those names. And so I tend to round everything out. And I like to make him happy because he deserves to be happy. Oh, and all my noses are shapes too. It's just, I don't know. I like them. That's actually something I picked up from Over the Garden Wall, which is a great show, and you guys should all watch it if you get a chance. But yeah, all very basic shapes. My style isn't very complicated. His hair's fun too. It's all swoopy. Enjolras, I'll just draw him next. His hair I draw swoopy too, but it's more pointed at the ends, I guess. And suddenly he's in a hoodie, which is not what I was originally intending, but I keep drawing modern stuff, and so he's in a hoodie. But so yeah, so when I build characters, they all start off as basic shapes. But Grantaire is self-circles, so's Kufarak when I draw him. But characters that I tend to draw with the more bold features, like Enjolras or or Combeferre, tend to be more square. But we're gonna do Enjolras, mostly because he's one of the few names that I can say without cringing. Alright. So when I draw him, I still start with a circle for his head, but change it to a square shape. And those edges aren't like super sharp because I don't want them to look, I don't know, threatening, I guess. But they're still defined. And then unlike with Grantaire, his body is always a box when I start off with it. I also draw him skinnier, usually. He's also usually taller when I draw the two. That's not really important for how to draw, but Oh, that wasn't very good. Oh well. And his eyes are lopsided. Oh, all in a day's work. Okay. His eyebrows too, when I remember to catch it, I like to make rectangles as opposed to R's, which I drew as little circles. Well, ovals. And his hair is swoopy, but then, like I said earlier, when I draw it, I point it. I don't know. I don't really know, like, what else. I've never, done something like this before, I guess. But, so really, I guess, like, the gist of this is less, like, advice and more, here's how I draw these two characters. But if you really want my advice, it's trying to, the way I started drawing anyway, was trying to, copy styles from different shows I liked. So I started off with Danny Phantom. Gravity Falls played a big part, as did Over the Garden Wall. Like I said earlier, that's where I got my nose shapes from. And Adventure Time actually played a lot, plays a lot into my style. Even though I didn't necessarily like the show when it first came out, I liked the style, and so I spent a lot of time copying it. So that actually is probably my best advice for this, is find an artist. It doesn't even have to be a TV show like I did. Find an artist that you like and just try copying different things, because that's the best way I learned. So I guess that's my advice. Other advice is kind of like what everyone says. I just keep drawing, because I did not start out drawing well. If you want to play a fun game, go to the very end of my art Tumblr, because I refuse to delete anything because it makes me anxious when I try to do so, and so all my old art is still back there. You can check it out. It's really bad. I also think it's really Doctor Who, so if that show is gonna make you mad, I don't suggest you go back there. But yeah, my advice, at least if you want to draw like my style, would be stick to basic shapes. Like I said, I build art from circles and Enjolras from squares and rectangles. So yeah, I guess that's just about it. If you're interested in like a coloring portion for this, which is also, I color, the way I color is very basic. I'll have to wait till I get video recording on my computer, I guess. But just, I don't know, let me know. And I don't know, thanks for asking, I guess. I'm always really excited when I get to explain how I do things, even though I'm kind of rambly. So, yeah. Thank you very much, and I hope you enjoyed this video.